Hello viewers. Now I am going to discuss evolution of Gandhian nationalist ideas till non-cooperation movement. All of you know our nation is commemorating the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the great soul, our father of nation, at both national and international level to propagate his message. Gandhiji was the most influential political leader and thinker of 20th century whose legacy is still relevant to our time. Gandhiji was born on 2nd October 1869 at Porbandar in Gujarat in a well-to-do family. In 1988, he left for England to study law. After completing his degree, he returned back India in 1891. In 1893, he moved to Natal in South Africa as the lawyer of a farm of Porbandar Muslims. There, he was deeply shocked by the political and social discrimination by its government upon the Indian residents. So he founded a political association known as the Natal Indian Congress. He published a newspaper called Indian Opinion to educate Indians in political matters and their grievances. Once in a mass meeting, he told, "There is only one course open to me, to die but not to submit to the law." It was a challenge to one of the mightiest colonial powers on earth. His methods of struggle was passive resistance or civil disobedience, which Gandhiji named Satyagraha. It rested on truth and non-violence. It upheld what was just and right. He was successful in his method of struggle there. The government of South Africa agreed to grant several concessions to the Indian community. In this way, the South African experiment prepared Gandhiji for leadership of the Indian national struggle. Gandhiji was greatly influenced by the works of Leo Tolstoy, Ruskin, and Thoreau's thoughts in developing his concept of Satyagraha. He was also influenced by the life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and Dadabhai Naoroji. On 9 January 1915, Gandhiji returned back to India at the age of 46. At that time, Indian National Congress was working by a group of leaders. In the meantime, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, the political guru of Gandhiji, advised him to travel around India to know the land of the entire country and its people. Gandhiji followed the advice. When the world was disintegrating into fascism, violence, and war, he taught the virtues of truth, non-violence, and peace to the people. Gandhiji founded Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad in 1916 to preach his idea of truth and non-violence. During the course of 1916 to 1918, he was involved in 3 significant struggles related to specific local issues of peasants and industrial workers at Champaran, Ahmedabad, and Kheda. At Champaran, he fought for peasants and was successful. Peasants got security of tenure and freedom to cultivate the crops of their choice. At Ahmedabad, he fought for the cause of the poor textile workers who demanded higher wages. Gandhiji influenced the mill owners to hike their wages. In Kheda Satyagraha, peasants were asking the state for the remission of taxes following the failure of their harvest. Gandhiji solved their problem. These three local issues made Gandhiji a true nationalist. Then he began his real role in Indian politics. On 19th March 1919, Rowlatt Act was passed by the British government. As per this act, anybody could be arrested on the basis of suspicion and would be given punishment without any trial. In response, Gandhi called for a countrywide campaign against the act. He launched Satyagraha. A nationwide hartal was observed by fasting and prayer. Life came to a standstill. The protests were particularly intense in Punjab. Gandhiji was detained and many local leaders were arrested. On 13 April 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place. The people of Amritsar gathered in a public meeting at Jallianwala Bagh. Suddenly, British Commander General Dyer ordered his troops to open fire on public. More than 379 people died and 1200 injured. The true character of British imperialism stood exposed. Gandhiji was deeply shocked by this incident. In the same year, Ali brothers started Khilafat movement. After the defeat of Turkey in First World War, the Allied powers put a threat to the seat of Khalifa. Khalifa was the religious head of the Muslims all over the world. The disappointed Indian Muslims observed All India Khilafat Day in 1920. Gandhiji saw it as an opportunity to bring Muslims under the umbrella of a unified national movement against colonial rule. To him, the sorrows of Muslims were also sorrows for Hindus. He supported this movement. The Khilafat leaders gladly accepted Gandhi's leadership. Gandhiji announced his plan to begin non-cooperation with the government, and his plan was approved by Indian National Congress in a special session at Calcutta in December 1920. The general session at Nagpur formally adopted it. He merged Khilafat movement with non-cooperation movement. Now, non-cooperation movement became the first mass movement under the leadership of Gandhiji against colonial rule. In this way, Gandhiji broadened the structure of Congress, which was earlier simply an assembly of elites. His efforts transformed regional protest into national movement. Later, the Gandhian methods of struggle was accepted worldwide. Thank you.